Hello there. Welcome to another session. In today's session, we'll be talking about how to organize, analyze, and learn as much as you can from your secondary research. I've been doing a lot of reading, all of this trying to understand your problem area or the problem that you're trying to tackle. And all this data that you're getting from all this research needs a way to be organized, analyzed, so that you can get the best insights from all of this data. One of the best ways to analyze such data is using what you call an inverted Ishikawa diagram, or it's also called a fishbone diagram. For a fishbone diagram, I'll show you in this example over here, the head is normally the problem area that you're tackling, followed by the factors related to the challenge that you're tackling, followed by the root causes or the causes that are causing this challenge to occur. This is one of the best ways to analyze your data, and it is a proven method. You can combine this with a table format. For example, while doing your research, you may have come across an article or a resource somewhere that yielded a lot of results. It helps to have a table like this where you can put such a study and the results that you got. If we come back to this example, here we have a problem area. Here we have a problem area called maternal mortality. This is a problem area that a certain innovator is trying to tackle. As you can see, this innovator has taken a step to add the root factors and causes and all of that. This problem as it is just too big to tackle head on. A diagram such as this helps such an innovator to find something that they can actually work on. For example, weak health infrastructure is a particular factor or a pain point that feels tangible enough to work on. And if you work on this problem really well, you'll actually be tackling the bigger problem. I hope that makes sense. Put your study and your results. You'll be browsing hundreds or maybe thousands of sources. If you get good data, it helps to quote that so that you can always come back later for reference. There are some do's and don'ts when doing your secondary research. When it comes to do's, you have to be systematic. That's why I recommend having a table like this, where if you came across a study that gave you some results, you're able to put that down. Be systematic. Keep track of everything. Question all assumptions. Find out who else has tried before. I promise this helps relieve a lot of headache later on. Finding out what has worked, finding out what has not worked, helps you to become very objective. Fall in love with the problem. If you are able to fall in love with the problem early on, it helps you to obsess. And obsession is what yields a great product in the end. That you're able to take a problem in your mind, obsess on it, break it down, recombine it again in your head. That's what yields a lot of results. Some of the don'ts when doing your research is don't skip the research. That goes without saying. I know you may be tempted to skip the research. It feels boring. It's not exciting. But it is as important as anything else. Don't skip the research. I know you might also be tempted when doing your research to think that you have found the best idea, to think that you have come up with a potential solution. That is a distraction. Until you are able to finalize your research really well, until everything is mapped out, don't rush to build the solution first. Don't get the allure of falling in love with the idea more than the problem. Ideas are cheap. They come and they go. It's the problem that should persist. It's the problem that you should be obsessed about. Ideas evolve over time. but the problem is what gives you the mission and the vision of your company. Again, don't solve a problem that no one cares about. Don't pick a tiny market. For example, if through your research you found only 10 people in the whole country face that problem, then you need to ask yourself, is this a big enough market for me? Only 10 people. Because at the end, you also need to make money. We need to generate revenue. Again, I repeat, don't fall in love with the idea, fall in love with the problem. At the end, when you're finalizing your secondary research, there are some questions you need to ask yourself. If you're able to answer these questions, then I believe that you have successfully done your secondary research. What exactly is the problem? In this, what are the characteristics? What are the consequences? How does the problem manifest? Who is facing this problem? Is it a specific gender? Is it a specific age group? What's the salary margin or the salary range among the people facing this problem? Get into detail about the people facing the problem. How big is the problem? Is it a big enough statistic? Can you comfortably say that 70% or 65% or 80%? If it's not big enough, should you really commit? Where does the problem occur? Is it concentrated in one area? Is it spread across a vast area? Who suffers the most from this? How are they solving it now? Because believe me, the people you're trying to solve for already have existing solutions. They may not be working the way they might expect. The solutions might not be effective, but they already have existing solutions for that problem. How are they solving it? Because from how they're solving it, that's how you know how to improve. Why is their current solution bad? And why is it necessitating that then we need to find a better solution? Will they pay for a better solution? How do you know if a certain group is willing to pay for a better solution? Is if they are actively and currently looking for a better solution. If they are not comfortable about the solutions that are currently existing, if they are complaining about the current solutions, then it means that they are willing and may be able to even pay for a better solution.